Hey, what is going on, guys? So Apple today released a whole bunch of software updates, including iOS 16.3 and iPadOS 16.3. So, you know the drill. In this video, we're going to go over all the new features here for 16.3. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So this update came in at 642-ish megabytes on my iPhone 13 Pro, and there are a few new features here and there, but there's not really a ton. There's also a lot of bug fixes and security updates. So let's go ahead and just start off here with the first things first. So there is a new Unity wallpaper for Black History Month coming up. So you can go over here to add, you can scroll down a little bit and you'll see it right here. It says Unity, designed by Black creatives and allies at Apple to honor Black History Month and culture. So you can choose these wallpapers here, just like you can on your Apple Watch or other devices. So if you want to pick one, obviously you add your widgets and things like that. So we'll go ahead and hit add, and there you go. Pretty cool design, looks very nice. Now I don't have a iPhone 14, but if you had one of those, you would have the cool kind of outline effect on your always on display. So if you have an iPhone 14, you'll get that cool effect. But next thing here has to do with security keys. So we now have the ability to use security keys for your Apple ID. So it's an extra step to add better security when signing in. So basically all you have to do to find this, tap on your Apple ID at the top of your settings, then go into password and security, and then there's a new button there. It says add security keys. And when you tap on that, you're going to get this little prompt that comes up. So this is going to use the FIDO security keys. So it says FIDO is a certified security key, third-party hardware that you can use for two-factor authentication to sign in. So this is going to be a very, very good security measure here. So you can use like the Google ones or something like that, either the ones that go into USB-C, or you can use the NFC. I believe you hold it like up at the top of your phone or something like that, but if you have one of those keys, you'll be able to use that now to sign into your Apple ID. That means that nobody will be able to sign in whatsoever unless they have that key. So when you set this up, you'll actually need two keys, so you have a backup one just in case you lose one. So yeah, if you want to use that now, you can. Another security thing that I noticed was that the advanced data protection is now available globally. So that was introduced in the last update, major update for iOS. Well, now that is now global. So you can go into your Apple ID, I believe you go into iCloud and you scroll down to advanced data protection, which allows you to encrypt all of your data. So there are a whole lot of security features that you can do to really protect your Apple ID now, which is pretty cool. Next thing here is we now have support for the new HomePod second generation. So a few days ago, Apple announced, along with some updated M2 Max, that we are now going to get a second generation of the original HomePod, so the big HomePod. So now that support is in the code and it's ready to go when that device launches here in February. Another thing about HomePod stuff, and this is in obviously HomePod OS 16.3, but that's part of iOS 16.3. There's a lot of new HomePod related features, and one of the big ones, of course, is they've now activated the temperature and humidity sensor in your HomePod Mini, so you can now use stuff like that in your Home app, and there's a whole lot of other home-related features that you can see now in there as well. The emergency SOS call thing, so where you hold the side buttons like this, well, now if you want to activate your emergency call, you're going to have to hold not only the side button, but also the volume up or down button, just like you would to make this screen pop up. The reason for that, of course, is they've had a lot of accidental activations of that, and you certainly don't want that to happen. So they have added that now as well. There are several issues here that have been addressed in iOS 16.3. So the first one has to do with freeform. So there was an issue where some drawings that you made in a freeform, created with a pencil or your finger, they were not appearing on shared boards. So if mainly, obviously, this is more of an iPad thing with the Apple Pencil. But if you sketch something on a freeform board and then you wanted to pull it up on your iPhone, it was not showing up. So that should be fixed now. There's also an issue where your wallpaper may appear black on the lock screen. Now, I was having this issue quite a bit. I like to use the weather wallpaper, the live wallpaper they got. And sometimes you would unlock your phone and your background would be black. So I was definitely having that issue. So it's nice to see that has been fixed. There was another problem where horizontal lines may temporarily appear while waking up your 14 Pro Max. I'm not sure what that was. That's kind of interesting. There's another thing, fixes an issue where the home widget on your lock screen did not accurately display your home status. So if you were having that widget and it wasn't showing correctly, well, that should be fixed now for you. And then the final bug fixes was a couple of Siri things. So there was an issue where Siri was not responding properly to music requests. So you'd ask her to play a song or an artist or something, and she wouldn't be getting it right. And then there was an issue where Siri requests and car plays were not being understood correctly. So I was kind of having that problem. You would say something to Siri. I thought it was my car's speaker, microphone, whatever, but apparently it was a software issue. So that should all be good now as well. And then finally, we can talk about the security updates here. So Apple does this every single time. They release all the security notes, things they fixed and addressed in the update. This is also where you can see everything that was released today. So we have quite a bit of stuff to cover. You got Ventura 13.2, we got 16.3 for iOS, 15.7 for iOS and iPadOS, watchOS 9.3, macOS Big Sur update, Monterey, iOS 12 even, and a new version of Safari. So we got quite a bit to talk about over the next few videos, but anyways, you can go in here and you can see everything that was fixed security-wise. So not as many as you typically see, but there's still quite a few here. So you can look, there's WebKit ones, Safari, kernel issues. So there's all sorts of different things. It just basically tells you what it's available for, what was happening, and how it was fixed. And then it gives you credit to whoever the researcher or company that found that issue. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that is basically everything here for iOS 16.3. Again, it's a big update, but it's also not at the same time. Not a lot of crazy new features here, but it is nice to finally see that security keys support and that we're going to be ready for the new HomePod that's going to be coming out soon. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.